Okay, this is Eric with His&Hers HHQ. Welcome to the workbench. This is going to be a brief update on the Phantom build. Of course, I'm calling it a VUC because it's a van truck. But at the moment, we are just about right on track where I said we would be. Either completion by next Sunday or the Wednesday after. But a large portion of it depends upon how quickly I get this replacement part from autoworldstore.com. This is a kit offered by Round 2. It's an Amt kit, and it's sold through autoworldstore.com. And it's, well, even today, this is an older kit because it's, I think it was offered in, or re-released in 2008, something like that. So it's quite a few years old. But I only just got it. I say not too long ago, but at my age, not too long ago is a couple of years. This here again is a brief update. Now understand everything is still mostly bare plastic because I prefer to have all the major sub-assemblies completed before I do any prime and paint. So we're almost there. We are literally right around the corner from that. Let's see. Again, the interior tub is pretty well ready to go. Once I have prime and paint on it, I'll do a carpeting on the inside here, and it'll be ready to receive, after prime and paint, it'll be ready to receive these two sweet captain's chairs, which of course you can see they're done and ready to go. I covered on Friday's brief video the steering column and the interesting little detail of the shift indicator spot. Well, I did it. I cut off the shift lever and put it up where it should be to indicate park. If you go back and watch that video, you'll notice that where the lever was, because of the molding process, for ease of the molding process, it was actually more somewhere between neutral and drive, which doesn't make sense for me. It's just one of those little details that I did notice, and it's something I wanted to correct. You don't have to be a nitpicker like that. It's just, this is one of those kits that I'll most likely never enter into a model contest, but I want it to look as good, nice, and accurate as possible. So the steering wheel is on correct. The shift lever is actually in park. And that's actually looking really nice. You can actually, if you get a good look at it, you can see that the little raised section there. That would be more something like the body color, or something like maybe a wood or something like that, a faux wood. And then the rest of it, the bit around it, the actual body of the steering wheel would be black. Now, of course, the little oval there for blue for the Ford symbol. Of course, you can see the rear axle is still ready to go, and the frame, of course, is still ready to receive the springs. I'm just waiting on that part. I've got a few things situated. This is simple green. I see a lot of different content creators talk about different ways to remove chrome from parts. And I'm doing this on purpose. Now this is simple green because that's what Walmart had. And for some reason it's not having quite the same effect as mean green does, which Walmart doesn't carry anymore. At least my Walmart doesn't. But I did see a jug over at my local Dollar General the other day, and I need to remember to pick that up and swap these out, because this is the grill and all of the exhaust. I'm not going to go with chrome, but it's a little green bath, and I mean, it's taking off a little bit of chrome, but the last time I used this to take chrome off, it did take a week and a half to actually remove the chrome. And that's using simple green. The mean green, I was able to do it, and it removed all the chrome and left the plastic fine and perfect, as if it hadn't been chrome to begin with. It took the chrome off in under it was under 48 hours. I want to say it was like 36 hours, but we'll say under 48 hours, and that was the mean green. That stuff works wonders when you want to dechrome something. So that's sitting up on the bench, and well, as you'll notice, the van is missing. Just because I'm trying to provide a better understanding of the work I've gone into. There's still a bit of light sanding. We're talking 800, 1200 grit, 2000 grit to smooth things out. It's just shaping, because this here's the van body. This is what I cut off, just so you get an idea of what I've done with it. And again, initially I cut off the back doors because my intention was to use the back door. But then once I got going into the build, I had decided that this curved door, even going through the whole process of trying to straighten it out, do the hot water thing, straighten it out and all that, was just too much of a hassle. So I'm going to manufacture a door, and I've got some clear sheets of plastic that I'm going to use as windows, because the window that goes for the back end here is one solid piece, but it, just like these, I can cut it no problem. But the thing is it's curved just like the doors are. So I'm not going to play around with trying to straighten that out. So I'm going to use some clear plastic sheeting that I have. Again, we have the balsa wood for the interior. I did show the fit of this stuff in 2 or 3 videos ago. These are the rims I've chosen, and once I pick up the mean green, I'm going to remove the chrome from these also. It's not that I have a problem with chrome, I just have this picture in my head, and that picture does not include chrome. So without further ado, To see where we're at on this, this is the van body. Or, I'm sorry, pardon me, the VUC body. I don't have the top of the roof on yet because it's just easier for me handhold wise as I'm working on straightening out a lot of this. As you can see, I've got a pretty good meld going here using the a combination, of course, of the Tamiya Extra Thin and my sprue goo. I'm basically welding it. This is all one, basically going to be one body. This here is a stepped process. I have one I'm using, here we go. Here's an example. I'm using this really thin evergreen sheet styrene. I got one bigger square, then I've got a slightly smaller square, then I've got this really small square. And all that off-white stuff you see in there is the sprue goo. And I mean, I wish you could feel it. It's kind of hard to see, but this here is a really smooth transition. And obviously you can see I'm still doing a little bit more work here and there. But between the sprue goo and the cut and my cut measurements, this here is a smooth transition. Again, a lot of this still requires a little bit of work, getting into the well, this here I haven't hit with my 800 grit or 1200 grit sandpaper yet, so you can still see it's still a little rough, but that's okay. I'll have it smoothed out. And once all of this, it appears to be as smooth as I can possibly make it, including the front fender flares to match the back fender flares. Once all of that is situated and I'm pretty happy with it, then I'll hit it with a coat of primer. I'll probably mask off a few spots, especially around the doors, to prevent too much getting in there, because primer is how you find blemishes. Once I have the blemishes found and get them sanded down, then I'll remove the masking and reshoot a light coat of primer, and then it'll be ready for paint. But I hope you can see here, I mean, this is a pretty solid, I mean, if I can, I have to literally pull, so that's a pretty straight well, pretty straight body lines going there. Anyway, so all of this is still kind of open, so it's easier for me to grasp a hold of and work as I'm sanding. But you can tell this is definitely not the same vehicle that came out of the box. And that is the point to this set of videos for the VUC, the Phantom van build. Some of you may recognize there's not a whole lot of them left on the road. The old camper vans were like this. I decided, because of the paint scheme I'm going with, the bed area, the raised camper part, is not going to have windows. And you'll understand when you see the paint scheme. Though I do have some decorative aspects in here, these rounded shelving bits. and those are done by hand, and a nail file, which you can see this one has, well, this one's just about had it, but I've been using it for quite a while. I haven't yet decided. I may put a set of extra lights up here, and if I do, I would drill through this area just to give it more of that sense of realism. Put a little bit more detail up here and get some lights up here. But there's a lot more work to go with getting this sanded down and smooth. I do have some ideas going on that goes with the paint scheme and everything. I'm not going to go uber detailed, but I am going to be using some wire. And of course, we're going to have a little bit of fun. I'm going with I decided I am going to use the diamond pattern frosted look here for this back. I just have yet to decide whether or not I'm going to drill through so it's an actual window, so you could kind of look into it. If you have an idea, or if you have an opinion on that, let me know in the comments whether or not I should drill that when I get the window in place. But otherwise, this is where we're at. I'd say we're pretty well on track to having this ready. If not by next Sunday, it should be done by the Wednesday following. And that's my goal. If it's done by the Wednesday following will be the final reveal. And that way, the next Sunday's video, after that, will be the unboxing, review, and begin of the promotional build for my local downtown service station. So look out for that one. Be sure you support local. Again, I'm Eric with His&Hers HHQ here on YouTube. Check us out over at His&Hers Hobby Headquarters on Facebook. Be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel here. Like the videos if you find the content informative, useful, or entertaining. And if you comment, I will do my level best to get back and thank you personally on the in the comments. I did see that I do have the one comment, and I will get back to you, sir. I'm glad that you found that video helpful, but I will comment back. So again, this is Eric. Have a good day.